UCF takes on Miami, 1 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Miami Hurricanes are -2, totals 137.5. We won 4-1 in our 5 premium sports picks on BrockPage.com yesterday, and that improved our record to 8-0 with a push in our last 9 extra daily picks on that website. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We're also 8-1 in our last 9 college basketball tier package picks on that very same website. And the good news is we have another college basketball tier package pick going off here this evening. We currently have over 860 members who are signed up and active on that site. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. Now, the Hurricanes shot over 48% from the field en route to their opening day victory over Canisius. Miami scored 77 points in that victory, and they were led by Cameron McGusty, who scored 10 points and had 10 rebounds. The 6'5 senior went 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. And he also had 4 assists and 2 steals. Did I say 10 points? He had 20 points. I'm sorry. Anyway, Anthony Walker, his teammate, he had 14 points in the opener as well. 4 rebounds, couple assists for Walker. Now they're taking on a UCF squad who failed to cover the number in their opener despite their victory. Now the Knights shot an abysmal 25% from beyond the arc, and they scored only 27 points in the second half. Now, total-wise, both schools saw their season openers fall under the posted number. I'm going to lean toward Miami, Florida, -2, under 137.5. Next matchup, it is going to be Georgia versus Cincinnati, and that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Cincinnati's -9.5, totals 138. The Bearcats scored just 65 points against Evansville in their opener. Cincy shot just 30% from beyond the arc, and they scored only 31 points in the first half. They're taking on a Georgia team who held Florida International to just 51 total points in their opening day victory. The Bulldogs held FIU to just 33% shooting from the field. The Bulldogs also allowed just 24 points in the entire second half of that contest. Aaron Cook had 3 steals in that ball game, 6 rebounds for the guard. Now Cook also had double-digit points on the day, along with 8 assists. Braylon Bridges also had 8 rebounds and a couple assists against FIU as well. When it comes to the number in this one, both teams saw their opening day contests fall under the total. I'm going to lean toward Georgia +9.5, under 138. Next matchup, it is going to be USC versus Temple, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. USC's -6.5, numbers 136. The Trojans scored 89 points in their opener against Cal Northridge. As a matter of fact, they beat Northridge by 40 points in that contest, and they made over 56% of their field goals. Boogie Ellis scored 20 points in the ballgame, couple of steals, and 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Isaiah Mobley scored 15 points in the opener himself, 9 rebounds, 3 assists for the forward. USC held Cal Northridge to just 32% shooting from the field, 23% shooting from three-land. Now they're taking on a Temple squad who shot just 31% from beyond the arc in their season opener themselves. They also scored only 26 first-half points against Maryland Eastern Shore in that contest. Now, total-wise, both teams saw their opening day contest fall under the posted number. I'm going to lean toward USC -6.5, under 136. Next matchup, it is going to be Cal versus UNLV, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The UNLV Runnin' Rebels are -5.5, totals 132. The Rebels held their opponents to just 15% shooting from beyond the arc in their season opener. That was a 64-58 victory over Gardner Webb. Royce Ham Jr. had 17 big rebounds in the opener, along with 4 blocks. Ham was also 58% from the field and scored 18 points. And speaking of points, Bryce Hamilton was the team's leading scorer with 22 points along with 4 rebounds. They're taking on a Cal team who lost by 13 to UC San Diego. The Golden Bears allowed 80 points in the loss, and their opponent shot over 45% from beyond the arc. I'm going to lean toward UNLV minus 5.5 over 132. Next contest, Davidson, San Francisco, 8:30 p.m. East. San Fran's minus 7, totals 141. The San Francisco Dons failed to cover the point spread in their last ball game against Prairie View. They gave up 76 points in that contest. They're taking on a Davidson team who shot an amazing 61% from three land against Delaware in their season opener. Davidson beat the Blue Hens by 22 in that ball game. They scored 93 total points for the contest. Foster Lawyer had 27 points, and he went 6 of 6 from downtown. Meanwhile, Hyunjung Lee had 15 points himself, and also went a perfect 3 of 3 from beyond the arc as well. The Wildcats put up 51 points in the first half alone in the opener. When it comes to the total on this one, both teams have the ability to put up points. Davidson saw their opener get over the line. San Francisco's 2-0 to the over for the entire season. Give me Davidson plus 7 over 141. Next contest, Texas, Gonzaga, 10:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Gonzaga's minus 7.5, totals 150. And speaking of the total in this one, both of these schools saw their season openers fall under the posted number. Gonzaga's contest fell 8 points below the line. Texas saw their opener fall 13 points below the posted number themselves. When it comes to picking a winner in this one, this game is being featured as my college basketball tier package pick on BrockPage.com, where once again we are 8-1 in our last 9 premium picks in that category. So if you want to see whether I'm taking Texas plus the points or if I'm laying the 7.5 with Gonzaga, there's only one way to find out. That's to sign up for my college basketball tier package pick on BrockPage.com. But as far as making a free pick on this one, I'm going to lean toward the under 150 in that contest. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at BrockPage.com, where we are 8-0 with a push in our last 9 extra daily picks. I like Notre Dame minus 25 over 146.5. Give me UCONN minus 41 over 146.5. USF minus 5.5 under 132. Omaha plus 10.5 over 146. Give me the Tulane Green Wave minus 13.5 over 134. I like Air Force plus 15.5 under 126. Give me Harvard plus 9 under 139.5. I like Illinois Chicago plus 3.5 under 131. Give me St. Joe's minus 6 over 138. I also like Miami, the Hurricanes minus 2 under 137.5. Give me NC State minus 8 over 130. NC State minus 8 over 149. Georgetown minus 16 over 135.5. I like Florida Gulf Coast plus 18.5 under 137. Miami, Ohio minus 12 over 138 and a hook. Give me Winthrop minus 4 over 145.5. Give me Rutgers minus 14 under 128 and a hook. Jacksonville minus 1 over 139. St. Francis, New York minus 9 over 148.5. I'm also leaning toward Vermont plus 11 under 135.5. Give me Hartford plus 1 under 136. I like Arkansas minus 20 over 143.5. I also like Bradley minus 12 over 145. I'm also leaning toward LaSalle minus 8.5 under 140. Give me Old Dominion plus 3 over 139. I also like St. Pete's plus 13.5 over 137. Give me Wichita State, the Shockers, minus 12 under 137 points. Give me Bama A&M plus 17 under 131.5. I I also like Evansville, plus 14.5, under 139. Give me Loyola, Maryland, plus 8, over 150.5. I also like Tennessee State, plus 2.5, over 143. I'm leaning toward Central Michigan, plus 13.5, over 143. I also like the Dayton Flyers, minus 18.5, over 135. Give me Colorado, minus 15, over 146. I like Youngstown State, plus 5, under 145. Give me Siena, plus 2.5, under 134. Toledo, minus 8.5, over 147. UW Milwaukee, minus 4, over 156. Georgia Bulldogs, plus 9.5, under 138. Give me Duquesne, minus 4.5, under 141. I also like Monmouth, plus 3.5, under 139. Give me the Mississippi State Bulldogs, minus 11.5, over 135. I also like NJIT, plus 7.5, under 138. Give me Memphis, minus 29, over 137. Ohio Bobcats, minus 1.5, over 143. USC Trojans, minus 6.5, under 136. Virginia Commonwealth, VCU, minus 11, over 136. Lipscomb, minus 11, over 147.5. Alabama State, plus 22, over 149. Give me Portland, minus 5.5, over 144. Murray State, minus 8.5, over 144. I'm also leaning toward UNLV, the Runnin' Rebels, minus 5.5, over 132. I also like the Duke Blue Devils, minus 22, over 140 and a hook. Give me Michigan, minus 22, over 146. I also like Butler, minus 13.5, under 132. Davidson, plus 7, over 141. Boise State Broncos, minus 2, under 136. UTEP, the Miners, plus 7.5, under 132. Sacramento State, plus 19, under 137.5. I'm also leaning toward UC San Diego, plus 1.5, over 146. I also like Mississippi Valley State, plus 31, under 154.5. I'm leaning toward the under 150 in the Texas Gonzaga game. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 8-0 with a push in our last 9 extra daily picks on BrockPage.com. We're also 8-1 in our last 9 college basketball tier package picks on that very same webpage. I like the University of Pacific minus 2 over 133.5. With that, guys, now we're going to jump into our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Lock Nation, who said the other day, Brock the GOAT. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on my website, you're going to get access to those picks all the way through the end of November. I always tell folks the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, guys, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.